Start recording. Adobe Stock. La, 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 la. Hey. Oh, hi. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the biggest sale we have just made on Adobe Stock. So up until this point, our highest sale to date on an image was a $2 sale on a landscape shot that we got on Dreams Time. But we just recently, like today, like an hour ago, probably 30 minutes ago, got a notification that we made a sale on Adobe Stock, and this one is the biggest sale that we have made so far on any of the 7 different platforms we are currently uploading to. So I wanted to show you guys what that image was, maybe kind of dissect it, kind of see where our current portfolio is at, and see how maybe you guys can actually replicate this same thing as well. So I'm going to splice in my screen here so you can see what I see. Oh, I want to open a new window, right. This is probably stuff I should have done before. Splicing in my screen. Okay. So I have just logged into Adobe. I'm going to go to my dashboard area so you guys can see. Okay, so when I went to bed last night, this is my latest sale that we made, and July 8th was down to like, I think like 25 cents, 50 cents. And then I woke up this morning and checked, and looks like, well, wow, we made more money. That's super cool to see. So these are basically all of our stats you can see on Adobe Stock right now. We have been posting to Adobe Stock for about 5 weeks. You can see that we've had 6 downloads in total, and our total earnings is about $7. I don't think we can really cash out yet. I don't think you can do that until you're at $25, $50 or something like that. If I go to view my statistics, you will see that our biggest payment just came, or sorry, our biggest sale happened last night while we were sleeping at $3.30. So we basically like doubled how much we made at night when we were sleeping last night. That's pretty cool. The image in question, so it was uploaded about a month ago. So June 5th is when it was uploaded, and it was purchased last night. So that would have been Wednesday, July 10th. So it's taken about like 4 or 5 weeks for this to have been purchased. The image itself, let me see if I can make it bigger so you guys can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, cool. Okay, eventually when the internet works, cool. Okay, this is what the image looks like up close. So it is a red mechanical tomato timer photographed on a solid white poster board. Lighting wise, I'm pretty sure this was natural lighting. In fact, I think in the reflection of the image, you can actually see the reflection of the tomato. It's like my window in the background right there. Cool. So yeah, this particular image, I use a tomato timer for the Pomodoro technique as a way, as a productivity tool for myself. So I was curious to, when I did this shoot for this tomato timer, I actually did a lot of them. You can see here, and I'll click here so you guys can actually see the collection, what the collection looked like. But I have a tomato timer. I did some research beforehand, and I looked up on Adobe Stock and Shutterstock to see, are there already images that look like this? Because I don't want to just add more of the same thing that I already have. So I figured, I did some research, and I noticed that there were a decent number of kitchen timers that had it set to 0. And there were some that were set to 25, specifically because of the Pomodoro productivity technique. If you guys don't know what that is, Google it. Super cool. It should help you get your stuff together, get your stuff done. I decided when I was doing some quick research to see, you know, have people photographed a tomato timer specifically, what it looked like. Are they good? Are they decent? Can I do something different that's not already there? What I found was that they had, like, again, timer set to 0. Maybe there was a couple set to 25, and that was it. But there was nothing set to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, 30. So of course I did all of those. I basically ran down the timer and did a bunch of shoots at different angles with all the different time limits. And so yeah, And then the one that just happened to have gotten purchased last night was the one with the timer set to 25 minutes, most likely because of that productivity hack or productivity timer tool. Oh, if you want, we can dive into the keywords that I use, because I keyword everything intensively, and we try our best to max out all of our keywords. You can even see the description here. I want to say these max out at like 200 characters, and we get it as close to 200 as we possibly can. Close-up view of mechanical tomato-shaped clock timer for cooking and studying. Used for Pomodoro technique for time and productivity management. Isolated on white background set at 25 minutes. You can see the dimensions. It was a full-size image that came from our camera. I think this was actually photographed with our mirrorless camera that we're using right now. It's the Sony a6000, $500 camera. Kit lens. I like shooting with it. To me, we're actually professional wedding photographers by day, and we use big clunky SLRs. So the one thing that I knew when it came to stock photography was that I didn't want it to feel like work. And anytime I'm holding an SLR, I feel like it's work. I feel like it's big, it's clunky, it's heavy. So we actually got the Sony a6000 recently as like a little baby camera to take with us when we go out to hang out with friends, or we are attending an event and we want like a camera that can take better pictures than our cell phone. That's usually when we bring out the Sony. When we started doing stock, I actually started doing a lot of images with the Sony because it feels like a toy, it feels like it's fun, and that's the camera that we use to photograph this particular image. Let's dive into all of the keywords I put in. If you count this, it's probably 50. It's supposed to be 50. We go really, really in depth and just make sure that we grab as many keywords as we can that are connected to specifically what the object is. So red mechanical tomato timer, kitchen timer, but also what it can be used for. So for example, we know it can be specifically used for productivity, can be used in schools, can be used when you're studying, you're trying to get stuff done. So all of those were keywords that we specifically looked for to include in this image. And not just in this image, but these set of images that we posted. We're just super excited that it looks like our stock portfolio is growing. Let me show you, I guess, what our portfolio looks like on Adobe right now before we made this sale, before we made a $3.30 sale. This is our sales that we have made since we have started on Adobe. Adobe typically only takes commercial work. All of our editorial stuff we actually can't put in this portfolio. But we also realized that Adobe is pretty hungry. That's how I feel anyway. As far as trying to grow their portfolio and like get out there, I really think that they're trying to surpass Shutterstock. They're not there yet at all, but I think that that is where they want to be. We've actually found in the submission process that they have actually accepted a lot of our work that we've submitted, work that Shutterstock has actually declined because they said that the sets that we were uploading were too similar. We'll dive into all of that in a different video and how to sneak in more photos into your portfolio. Back to the topic at hand. I'm going to go back to our actual portfolio size, and you can see what our images look like and how many that we have posted before we started making these sales. Our portfolio currently has 470 images in it. That is 470 images that we have uploaded over a 5-week period. 5 weeks of uploading images, we've got 470 images into portfolio. We've made about $7 so far in total. Our latest download that happened last night was $3 something, doubled our sales. Super exciting. Other than that, if you guys have any questions that I didn't cover today, please let me know, post them in the comments below. Happy to answer them. If you like stock photography, if you want to learn more about stock photography, if you want to learn about numbers and specifically how much money you can earn from it and how many images you need to get up in your portfolio, that is all content that we are looking to create on this channel. So if you find that information interesting, please subscribe, like this video if it was helpful to you. We'll see you guys later. Bung, 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 bung. Oh man.